Hi, this is Bob Iaccino coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago, talking currency futures. Let's talk yen futures. Yen up, two-day rally now. The yen is back on the bull to start the quarter after having an outside range week last week. We're up a little over 25 basis points, actually right around 32 basis points, which would be a little up, a little above 1/4%. And that outside range week last week really signified a technical turn lower, although I'm not sure, given the fundamental news, that it'll actually play out. Those types of technical patterns are high probability, but they're not guaranteed. And what I mean by an outside range week is you had an up week 2 weeks ago, and this past week you had a down week with a higher high and a higher low and a lower close. Now, if you look at the chart over the last 7 weeks, the yen has been up 4 of those 7. Actually, it's been up 7 of the last 12. But each time that it went up higher than the weeks that came down. So in other words, even though it was fairly balanced with a slight lean toward the upside, almost every week you had larger up weeks than you had the following down week or the previous down week, so the overall trend was still up. But that outside range week is going to have a tough time given the two-day bull and the start of the quarter to the upside. Now, part of it is the Tenkan report, which is a widely watched economic report. It's a broad-based measurement of economic outcomes in Japan. And that Tenkan report, while it missed estimates, still had some pretty good news in it. It was still well above that sort of expansion contraction threshold of 0. And deep inside the report, you saw capital spending, which was one of the upsides to it. Corporations in Japan are told Tenkan that they're going to be increasing their capital spending through 2019 by about 2.3%. We haven't seen a number that high in quite some time in Japan. So that's very positive for the Japanese economy, positive for interest rates, meaning interest rates might climb higher, and that, of course, adds to the yen strength we're seeing. But really, the biggest thing we're seeing today is the flight to quality, the flight to safety coming back into the yen. It was removed last week as the trade talks seemed to be going well, or rather the tariff war between the U.S. and China seemed to turn into trade talks. Now, with the Chinese 3% tariffs on 128 U.S. goods going into effect over the weekend, that was a retaliation for the steel and aluminum tariffs put on by President Trump, and China claiming that they tried to make a case to the U.S. as to why they should be exempt, and the U.S. had not responded to requests to make that case. And then on top of that, you've got more tariffs being discussed. In addition to that, you've got the S&P down over, well, let's just say that the S&P is down over 2%, the Dow down 550 at one point today, and the dollar down as well. So all of that brings a flight to safety bid into the yen. So the yen up today, not as much as you may think, with much of that part of the world being on the Easter Monday holiday, but we'll see if that plays out over the next couple of days. A stronger yen here today. This is Bob Iaccino talking yen futures from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago.